Good morning, all. This is Steve Bradley, God's Wordsmith, and today I'm coming to you with a short morning devotion from Jonah chapter 2 and Jonah chapter 3. Here it is. Here are the excerpts from Jonah, and there will be some more on the next page. It says, Then Jonah prayed to the Lord his God from the fish's belly. And he said, I cried out to the Lord because of my affliction. And he answered me. Out of the belly of Sheol, that is the place of the dead, I cried, and you heard my voice. Then I said, I have been cast out of your sight, yet I will look again toward your holy temple. That is the place where God dwells, not just the temple in Jerusalem. When my soul fainted within me, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer went up to you into your holy temple. Now, Jonah has spent his last few days running from God. In other words, rebelling. Now, one of the surest things in life is that when we rebel from God against Him, He knows how to bring us back. With Jonah, it involved a storm, a fish, and almost certain death. And folks, even when we are in extremis, right at death's door, we can turn back to Him. Jonah says, I have been cast out of your sight. Yet he still sought the Lord from the depths of his despair, the crushing hopelessness of his plight. And when you do that, when you seek the Lord from wherever you are, He hears you. Honest prayer is one thing that God will never ignore. It may be your time to go to Him. Nobody can stop that except for God. And of course, if He calls you home, that can be good as well. But then again, He may call you back to this life and call you to serve Him. There is nothing more glorious than that. I hope that that comes to you, not the struggle, failure, and despair, but the call of God to live for Him and serve Him. So here is the end of the matter. Jonah chapter 2, verses 9 through 10. Jonah finally gives up and says, I will sacrifice to you with a voice of thanksgiving. I will pay what I have vowed, which of course was his work as a prophet. Salvation is of the Lord. In other words, God will call who He wants to go preach to who He wants. So the Lord spoke to the fish, because Jonah was in the belly of the great fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. Jonah ended his rebellion and made good on his call to be the prophet of God. God gave him his life back and then commissioned him to do what He had originally commanded Jonah. And it's recorded for us in Jonah chapter 3, verse 1. Now the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and preach to it the message that I tell you. So Jonah arose and went to Nineveh, according to the word of the Lord. May it be so for you, folks. If you're rebelling against God today, I pray that you will return to Him with all your heart and soul. And when you do that, you will see that He cares not just about you, but about those you affect with your life and your words. It may even be that people that you hate, that He loves. Jonah found that out. Let him love the people he wants. And you do what He wants you to do for and with them. God bless you all. This is Steve Bradley, God's Wordsmith.